Hey folks, today I want to talk about something a little different. There's something that's been going on with my channel ever since I've made videos. In the comments, occasionally people will say things like, why don't you listen to this music? Why doesn't this guy ever listen to that? Why doesn't Mr. Mayo step out of his comfort zone? I get a kick out of it because two things. First of all, I do step out of my comfort zone. I'm a stickler for accuracy, And number two, even if I didn't step outside of my comfort zone, if I made the choice not to, I always say, what's it to you, whoever you may be? There's a guy, David, recently, who made a comment, and that's what kind of made me think about it. David made a comment on one of my live videos in the comments section. I never understand, so that's really what it comes down to. For example, with me, okay? This is a Beatles channel that I do primarily. I mean, it has other things on it as well, but musically speaking, it concentrates a lot on the Beatles. That's a decision that I made. It was going to primarily focus on the Beatles. Something has to have a focal point. But I can't listen to the Beatles every day, believe me. I had the Sirius XM channel, the Beatles channel, and I had to cancel it because I didn't want to hear the same 200 catalog songs all the time in rotation. I could go months or a year or more without hearing a Beatles record. As a matter of fact, the last time I heard Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, I think was 2017 when the 50th anniversary edition was released, 6 years ago. So I get it. If I'm going to listen to Beatles music these days, I kind of focus more on solo Beatle music, and in particular, solo Beatle music that's not kind of played to death, not kind of oversaturated. But I just get a kick out of it because it's just not true. For example, I love Bob Dylan. I have almost every Bob Dylan album pretty much, going from 1962 all the way up to, I think the last one I have may be Tempest. I also have Rough and Rowdy Ways. This is one of his most recent records. But, I mean, I love that stuff, that folk stuff, No hit potential, no Billboard #1s there. Bob Dylan is not a pop artist, you know what I mean? He doesn't make bubble gum. One of my favorite Dylan songs is called Ballad of Hollis Brown. Listen to it. You're not going to get any top 40 hit with that, and it's okay. Lots of his stuff, makes you think, makes you ponder. It's not looking to win any rinky-dinky radio awards, you know what I mean? So, another one that pops into my mind is Johnny Cash. Johnny Cash is not really in my so-called comfort zone. Usually, it's not something I usually listen to. But I like Johnny Cash quite a bit, and I've been getting his records. And as a matter of fact, back to Dylan, I mean, I listened to Slow Train Coming. Slow Train Coming is one of my favorite Dylan albums. It's, Christianity, like, born again music, I enjoy it very much. So, I don't really get it, And the other thing is, when people point fingers and say, well, this guy's not listening to Vanilla Fudge, that girl is not listening to Soft Machine, this person over here has no need to listen to Van Halen, whatever, man. I don't like jazz. I've heard a lot of jazz. I hate jazz. That's my business, But another thing I like that's kind of out of my comfort zone is big band. I like big band, like some Dixieland here and there, I like honky-tonk piano records. So it's just not true, number one. But I get a kick out of people that continue to tell themselves that. But the most important thing here is not so much whether it's true or not. The real thing is, even if it were true, even if it was true that I only wanted to listen to the Beatles and nothing else, what's it to you? You do you, I'll do me, he'll do he, she'll do she. What difference does it make to you? Why do people get their panties in a bunch so much about what you listen to? Or what you should be listening to? This channel primarily focuses on Beatles. I mean, do you visit, say, a gardening channel that talks about gardening and say, why doesn't this person talk about collecting coins? once in a while. Well, why does this person talk about, I don't know, politics more? I don't know. I really like to know how to cook a good souffle. You know, that's not what the channel is, man. I don't understand why it drives people crazy. I don't profess to be a music channel all around. You know what I mean? I mean, I do like other things, and I do first-time spins videos, first-time listening to stuff, and I may continue that more often now that I have some time. But, you know, I don't understand. Some people think that music is supposed to be something where it's like a school. Every day you have to learn new music. You have to listen to every type of music ever made, and every artist ever made, every recording ever made. Otherwise, you're not well-rounded. Now, I have nothing against being familiar with a lot of music and having a lot of versatility in your collection and your interests. Believe me, if I hear a new song or an unfamiliar type of music that I've never heard before and it appeals to me, I like it. And I'll even go out and maybe buy the record and collect it. But people who think that music is more scholastic or historical kind of job or duty, rather than just listening to what you want to listen to, I don't understand that at all. And I'll also say to them, if you're so well-rounded, whoever you might be, and if you have always a habit of getting out of your comfort zones, how come you don't listen to Yoko Ono? How come some of you don't like disco? Get out of your comfort zone, expand your horizons. Over and out for today. You do your thing and I'll do mine. Cheers.